Hey, young fives and kindergarten artists, it's Mrs. Alseri here. In this art lesson, we are going to learn how to trace shapes that we find around the house and watercolor paint them. So let's get started. Our social contract. How should our class look, sound, and feel? When we are together making art, make sure you're ready to create with us and you have some simple supplies nearby, so some paper and something to draw with. And if we ever use other supplies, I will give you time to gather those during our lesson together. If you're comfortable to keep your camera on, please do it. Microphone's muted unless you are called on, and use kind words and actions always. So today, our learning objective is to use different art materials and methods while recognizing, tracing, and drawing the 5 basic shapes. So we've been learning a lot about shape lately because in art we start to realize that everything around us can make a shape. I can describe art methods by using words like draw, paint, and trace. So for this lesson, you will find 5 basic shapes in your home and trace them onto your paper in an interesting way. So I'm going to show you what that looks like in just a minute here. So you might want to find some of the following shapes: a circle, an oval, a triangle, a rectangle, and a square. So what I'm doing is looking at my desk first because I want to use as much time as I can on making art, and I don't want to spend too much time looking for the perfect object. So I just had this candle right here. This makes a great circle. I have some white out here. It also makes a circle, but it's a different size, so you can think about having 2 of the same shape that are sized differently. For my rectangle, I have a gift card here. Try to find a variety of different sizes. What about for a square? I have a pack of markers. I could try tracing around that, or it might make a good rectangle if you have tall, skinny markers. Maybe you want to find an object that is a strange shape that you can't really describe. So I have this other candle. It's a circle, but it's bumpy around the outside. It kind of looks like a flower. So maybe I'd like to use that to trace. And I put all of my objects in a little pile next to me. Make sure that you do not take something special or that could break. So just whatever you have handy near you will work just fine. Let's move forward. So today your art supplies that you will need, if you need to gather those as well, a piece of paper. If you have thick, strong paper, it will work best with watercolor, but I am going to use notebook paper because that's all I have right now. You need a pencil or something to draw with, your watercolor set that you got in your supply kits, or if you have your own paints that you like to use, and you will need a cup of water. I would recommend asking an adult to help you with this, or maybe wait until later to do the painting when you can sit with one of your parents and they can help you fill up the water cup, because we don't want to spill it on our devices. And you have your little pile of objects that you want to trace. I have about 5 things here. So what I'm going to start doing is putting them on my paper one at a time and tracing around it with my pencil. And you can make a really interesting artwork using just shapes. All right, so we are using art supplies that we just talked about. We are tracing. So to trace something is to copy the outline of the shape. And if you would like to overlap some of your shapes, we'll talk about how that can make your picture very interesting. All right, so here's an example of what we're making. This is finished. It has watercolor paint and fun line designs on top. So this is sort of what we are going for with this project. All right, here are our 5 basic shapes, and we're gonna skip the story today and just get right into the art making. So we have an oval, circle, triangle, rectangle, square. Now I don't have a triangle near me that I could trace, so I'm just going to skip that one. All right, how about some of these famous works of art? Here are some interesting examples of art that uses shapes in a cool way. Alma Thomas did this first picture. It looks like an eyeball or a sun. Atelier Bingo did these blue and orange, almost cut out shapes. Louise Nevelson, I've seen her work in an art museum and it's huge. It doesn't look like it on the slide, but it takes up an entire wall in an art museum. She paints blocks of wood, all one color, and arranges them. And Kusama, she is known as the Dot Lady. So her artwork is made all out of circles. Very cool. We got some inspiration now. So the first step to get started is you're going to take your piece of blank paper, set it down in front of you, grab something to draw with nearby, a pen or a pencil, and I'm going to start with my biggest object first, which is the candle. Put it right on my paper and trace around it. And you just keep doing that until your entire paper is filled up. So I have some more work to do on mine. If you would like to repeat some of the objects and draw them 3 or 4 times to add more to your picture, you can. And I am going to play a how-to video for you guys so you can watch how to do it. So this is what it looks like once you trace your shapes onto your paper. And let me find that video for you. So if you are doing this lesson on your own time at home, this is a great instructional video. This is how I am going to show you guys in class this week how to trace your shapes and turn them into a cool work of art. We will be using watercolors together. In the video, the presenter uses a cool technique with markers, so it's up to you which one you prefer to use. Maybe you'll make a work of art using both. Let's check it out.
Hi friends, so I have a big piece of paper and I have gathered some shapes that I found around my house. So after you found some of your basic shapes, circle, triangle, square, rectangle, oval is a little bit difficult to find. What you're going to do is trace your shapes onto your paper. You want to hold onto it and then trace the shape nice and slow. I would do at least 6 to 8 shapes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And you can overlap them and then it creates new shapes. And then once you have your paper filled with shapes, you can get some markers and you can begin to color these in. What I like to do is outline the outside of a shape and create myself a little border, which helps me stay inside of the line. And then if you color in one direction, it looks really nice. And you can use as many colors as you like. Now, if I start to color like this, what do you think? Do you think that looks nice? Not so much, right? So we want to make sure we cover all of our peekaboo whites and color inside the spaces. And remember, markers don't really like it when you color onto another color. It kind of makes the tip dirty. So mixing marker colors isn't a great idea. But what you can do is you can put different colors next to each other. So you might do some stripes You don't have to, but you can if you want to. So you can color it that way if you want to use more than one color per shape. And I'm just going to go ahead and continue coloring now.
Feel free to draw along with the video, friends, or you may just watch to see what to do and work on it after. If you are using watercolor paints, then you would be painting in the shapes right now and not coloring. And every time you switch to a new color, give Mr. Brush a drink of water to get all that other color off.
Whenever there is an overlap, I kind of stop and switch colors. That looks pretty fun. And then that is totally up to you if you want to do it that way. Okay, so here is my finished sheep artwork. I finished coloring it. So now we're going to move on to the next step. Okay, friends, what we're going to do next is we're going to use just water and paintbrush. You're going to just very gently paint over top of your mark. Because your markers are water soluble, you can turn your markers into watercolor without having to use watercolor. Now the trick here is every time you go to a different color, you need to give Mr. Brush a bath. And remember, Mr. Brush really likes his hairdo, so you want to make sure we paint very gently, like we're petting a butterfly. We're petting our favorite, all of the blues and the violets together. If we did draw some stripes, the stripes are probably going to mix a little bit, but that's okay. Okay, now that you've covered all of your colors, all the markers will have blended together really nicely, and now it almost looks like a painting.
All right, friends, so we will be working on that together. If you'd like to get started on your own time and finish it in class, we will work on the background next. Look forward to seeing everybody. Bye, guys.